Hi guys, it's your girl Coco and welcome to my channel. So today's topic is all about, drumroll, what's in my diaper bag? I mean, life's a lot more different these days. I used to be this grab and go person, but I realized after having my son that is totally no longer an option. So leaving the house takes a lot more effort. What goes in your bag makes all the difference. And because of that, I wanted to share with you all what is inside my diaper bag. So first, bag choices. So personally, I like dressing up. I like looking good. Having a kid hasn't changed that. And so I like having more than one style of diaper bags. If I want something to fling across my shoulder, I'm gonna use something similar to this. Very easy, very convenient. Whereas if I wanted something less of a backpack, but more of a shoulder bag, I would use probably something like this. So now on to the fun stuff. The number one thing that goes into my diaper bag are diapers. So for reference and personally, I have one diaper for every hour that I'm out. So that means I'm gone a couple of hours. I usually have 4 to 5 in my bag just in case. I mean, those public explosions are no joke and you do not want to be caught empty-handed when that happens. Second, wet wipes. Another important thing that goes into your bag. I personally use water wipes, which I purchased off Amazon, but I know that you can find this in Hong Kong as well. So depending on your diaper bag, a lot of them now have this feature where you can actually just put your wet wipes on the side. So if there's an emergency situation, all you need to do is like pull the flap and take your wet wipes out. I find that quite useful in certain situations. Okay, next, changing pad. So the diaper bag that I got from my sister-in-law came with a changing pad inside. Very simple. It doesn't have to be fancy, but personally and for hygiene purposes, I always put a changing pad on top of the station or whenever I'm about to change my baby's diapers. So don't forget that. So next on the list is a spare outfit. This is super important only because of certain emergencies that happen outside. If there's projectile vomiting, there's drool, there's vomit, oh my gosh, it's so important to have a fresh, clean set on hand. I learned that the hard way when I first had my son and I took him out and he started vomiting, all hell broke loose and I didn't have any clean outfits on hand. So lesson learned. So FYI, and one thing that might help as well is to actually have the spare outfit in a bag, maybe like a mesh bag, just so that it's not all over the place, it's not all over your bag, and when there's an emergency situation, all you gotta do is just grab it and it's on the go. So on the topic of spare outfits, it's really important to have a bib and some sort of thin cloth just in case. I mean, Hong Kong is super humid and super hot, and depending on how you're holding or wearing your baby, whether he or she's in a stroller, whether you're carrying him or her, it's important to have some sort of thin cloth just so you can use it as some sort of barrier in terms of preventing sweat. Okay, next, quickly, pacifiers. So my son will not take a pacifier, and no matter how hard I've tried, I mean, he took it when he was 2 weeks old, but then he stopped. Depending on whether your baby uses it or not, important and essential to have as well. And then we have things like snacks and water. So as a breastfeeding mother, I realized that the constant hunger is real. I am always hungry, I am always thirsty, and I find that having things like small snacks in the form of nuts, in the form of like dried fruits, as well as a good full bottle of water in my bag is just always super, super helpful. Especially in this heat and humidity, it's always good to remain hydrated at all times. Okay, so to me, those were my must-haves. Those are what is always in my bag. I have left out a couple more things, which I'm gonna quickly go through. And again, depending on your situation as well as your lifestyle, you may or may not find these additional items I mentioned really relevant. But again, just sharing for your information. Okay, so first, an umbrella. Again, with Hong Kong's heat and humidity, the fact that it's been crazy hot the last few weeks, we've had a hailstorm and we have had rain, I just find it really useful to always have an umbrella in my bag at all times because you just never know what the weather is going to be like. So next is Everything Balm or diaper rash cream. So I use a brand off My Little Coco called My Little Everything Balm, and this is how it looks like. This is pretty much what it says it does. It's an everything balm. So when I'm out, I'll give you an example. If my lips are dried, if my skin is dry, if I need to rub something on my baby's bum after I change his diaper, I actually just use this because it's really, really good and it's really useful. It's got no scent, fragrance free, and I got this as a gift from one of my son's godmothers. I did mention diaper rash cream because depending on your situation, if your baby suffers from diaper rash, it's good to have that in the bag as well. In fact, for my registry, I requested for the Eco Store's baby nappy balm, and I can tell you that that is really, really great. So next on the list is a face cover or a face shield. Depending on your situation, you may or may not need this, but personally for me, in Hong Kong, during the weekends, the malls tend to get super crowded. And because of that, I keep this in my bag. I mean, how cute is this? And when it gets really crowded, I put this on my son, but you know, just for a while because I still want him to breathe air, and I find that this can get a little stuffy. All right, so the last couple of things I'm gonna mention are things like a portable fan, which I have on me at all times, an extra bag in case I need to run to the supermarket, and of course a nursing cover. So I'm a big fan of finding all the baby stations here in Hong Kong that I can get access to, but unfortunately there are times where I don't have access to one, and because of that, and when I want to feed in public, I just whip out my nursing cover. All right, so that's that. I hope you guys enjoyed. I know I did. Hit me up in the comments and let me know if I missed anything. What's in your diaper bag? I want to know. So I wish you all a happy Mid-Autumn Festival. I'm gonna go out with my son now, so until then, stay tuned to In Life with Coco.